Hello, everyone. All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy new month. Happy new day to you. Happy new season to you. It is my prayer that this month is your best month yet. Why do we do this talk? So why do we have this tete-a-tete every month? We do this to encourage ourselves into the month, to not psych ourselves, but to energize, to ginger up and stir up ourselves for the month and to see it for the gift that it is. Not another month to struggle through, not another month to drag through, but another month to power through. I am Dr. Ola Binton. I help people live long and well because I believe the quality of life is just as important as the quantity of life. Thank you for joining me on this tete-a-tete with Dr. O on tips to navigate the tough season. If you are watching live, please hashtag live. Let me know and let me know where you're visiting from or where you're watching from. Hi, Kim. Nice to see you. Let me see who else is here so I can give you a shout out. Please comment in the post so that way I can give you a shout out. Just to appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me this morning. So my time limit is 10 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and talk about tips to navigate tough seasons in life. And I will say this, even as I'm speaking with you, I'm not speaking to you. I'm also talking to myself because valley seasons are real. But we move on. Life is still lifing, but we move on in spite of them. And so there's a few tips I wanted to share to empower you. If you know someone who could use this video, who could use encouragement during this season of their lives, if you could share this with them, tag them, forward this, they can also watch this because it's a gift that will keep giving. So first of all, the first tip I would say is please know that you may feel helpless, you may feel hopeless, but you're never without help or hope. Never. So, seasons can seem very dire, can seem very gloomy, but you're never without help or hope. The feelings are strong, though. The emotions that come from the challenges, from the pain, from the losses, from the setbacks are real and they're pretty powerful. But I want to encourage you to know that you are not without help or hope. There's someone who has gone through what you're going through, who has come on the other side of it or has navigated through and still is still thriving. There's someone who has been through what you're going through. And so there are lessons from their experience. There's hope, there's help from their experience. But I want to encourage you to know that because sometimes the weight of the grief and the challenge is very heavy. But I want to encourage you, and this is not to downplay the seasons you're going through. Some of you, you're grieving. Some of you, things haven't panned out the way you expected, even with all the efforts made, right? And that's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. To work so hard and see that this is not showing. Like the tree hasn't quite grown. The seed has been sown. You've watered. You've done the things, but yet the proof, the tangible proof of your efforts, not there. Some it may be loss, the loss of a relationship, the loss of someone's life that was very important to you. That's hard. But please, I also want you to know that in spite of the pain, there is hope and there is help. So that's number one. Number two, knowing that there's hope and there's help, I want you to ask for help. And this part is hard. This can be very uncomfortable too, but it's doable. You can do hard things. You've got to communicate the need for help. Now, sometimes we're blessed with people who can sense the need for help and can come and probe and prod till you admit that you need help. But please, I want to encourage you to, communicate the need for help. Ask for help. Ask for hugs. Ask for attention. Ask for time spent with you. Ask. Sometimes, and it's so interesting that sometimes a lot of times, the solution we're looking for is only an ask away. And the people who are able to help during this season are actually around waiting. They're not sure if you need the help. They're not sure if they'll be overstepping their boundaries if they ask you to be the helpee to help you. Sometimes they're like, oh my God, why didn't you ask? You're like, it was that simple? Yes. Now, will there be no's? Yeah. But you got to get enough no's to get to the yes. So please ask for help. You have to ask for help. Ask for help from your community. Sometimes you have to create your own community. Sometimes you have to look for your own community, but please ask for help. Number two, and this goes also with the ask for help, don't do the valley season alone. Please, isolation is a choker of joy, is a choker of ideas, is a choker. And I'm not saying there are not times where you need to be alone to ponder with your thoughts and to reflect and to get inspired. But when you're going through a valley season, that's not when you want to isolate completely. There's certain people you need to have in your space. No, it would not be comfortable. Like, yay, come in my space. This is a vulnerable time. Yeah, sure. But this is a time more than ever where you don't isolate. You know, are there scenarios to isolate? I sometimes will go into a personal, sometimes personal retreat where I'm, spend time with God to just, decipher like, Lord, what's going on? Help me. Who, how, where, when, and also to draw strength. So there are times or seasons like that, but the instructions that will come too, there'll be tips that will come where you need to connect with someone and say, you know what, I see that you went through this. I could use your advice, or I just want to share something with you. If you have some time, when it's a good time to talk with you, I'm going through this. I could need it. I could use advice. I could use counsel. I could use some comfort. I could use, and please ask for hugs. Don't do this alone. If hugs studies show that 7 hugs a day is good for your health. Yeah. So ask for some. There's some people that I ask for hugs so much, I feel so sorry for them, but they're starting to enjoy it too. So please don't do the valley season alone. So we talked about knowing that you're never without help or hope. We asked number 2, ask for help. Number 3, don't do the valley alone. Number 4, be very careful about your thought feed. You know how on social media they have feeds where certain things pop up on your screen because that's something either you encourage or something they think would be good for you. But please, we've got to be careful. What are your what's your thought feeds? Are you watching videos of people who have not survived what you're going through? Have you watched stories? Are you watching stories of, people who, are falling into a sea of hopelessness and desperation? That's not helping you. You have to curate, meaning you have to edit. It's not something that you allow to passively happen. Like, oh, whatever comes in front of me, I'll see. Whatever drops in my feet, I'll see. You have to be very careful what you allow to influence your thoughts, because your thoughts are very vulnerable, especially in the tough seasons. Why don't you see the story of hope? Why don't you see the stories of those who have conquered the challenges you're going, and say, okay, no, what have they done? Who did they talk to? What should I, how can I learn from them so that I can come out of this season stronger? But don't waste your valley seasons. No, there has to be some lemonade in that lemon of a season. It has to be. And so it's a question of, being careful the thoughts you allow, and what you see, what you hear, what you say to yourself are what feeds your thoughts. Your experiences also. I was telling a patient this the other day. I said, as she was talking about some of the things about her body she didn't like, and I said, your body can hear you, right? Your body can hear you. We have to be very careful what we say because they feed our thoughts, what we listen to, what we watch. Those are the things that's like the window into our soul. They feed. It's like so please be very careful. It's not everything that there's sometimes I'm like, please show me less of this. And I have to also work on how often I'm on social media too, because bad news sells. On Google, SEOs, what SEOs or what moves quickly is bad news. So please be encouraged to be careful what you allow on your thought feed. And the last one is look for ways to self-soothe that is constructive, that is helpful for you. While it's easier maybe to go to alcohol, to smoking, or to overeating, hey, the truth is we're humans. We need to self-soothe. I want you to look for better ways of self-soothing. We talked about asking for hugs. I don't know why I keep talking about hugs, but I'm telling you, a hug that has no requirement, a hug that just says, hey, leaning, I'm here for you. Number 2, taking a walk with nature, going out in nature, or just sitting outside and staring, at nature. Yes. Taking a walk, painting, getting a punching bag. Let also first, I used to have one. I am amazing. All right. My skin color is not an issue. Like I would literally punch out some of, like, punch and speak out opposite of thoughts that I'm struggling with. My self-worth, my sense of self, how beautiful I am, or even the sea of hurt and disappointment. So constructive ways to let out some steam, constructive ways to self-soothe. Listening to something, I'm so happy, a song that gets you up and up. A movie, Sound of Music, yeah, cheesy as it is. I've watched that quite a few times during some of my tough seasons, because don't want to think about anything too serious. Just, some of these may seem silly, but try it. Try it. You got to go through the seasons, no? But after the valley, there's a mountain experience. I don't want you to waste your valley. I don't want you to stay longer than you need to in the valley. And I also want you to get help from the valley up. I trust that this has been helpful. Thank you for hanging out with me this month. I'm declaring by the grace of God that this is your best month yet. You get to enjoy the month in the form of people sent to help you, ideas that are sent to help you move you from here to there, and you know that you are loved and you feel it tangibly too. All right? Have a good one. Happy new month. Yay. Oh, wow. August 2024. Have a good one. God bless you till I see you next month on a Tête-à-tête with Dr. O. Bye.